Hi everybody, and welcome to the UK Virtual School coaching session for secondary. Today's topic is understanding money. So why have we chosen this topic today? Well, understanding money from a young age will set you up for the future. It really is never too early to start developing your financial skills. And here at UK Virtual School, we want to empower young people with the tools they need to be successful in the future. So what is money? That's a question many people have wondered. We need money in order to buy all the different things we need to live. This can be anything from the food we eat every day, the clothes we wear, or even a place to live. Now, money has changed a lot through history. Previously, people used to barter for items, and this is where goods or services would be exchanged for one another. In ancient China, shells were used as money. The Romans used gold and silver coins, and today we have a huge array of ways of paying for items. We can use paper money or notes, metal money, coins, plastic cards, debit and credit cards, and payments can now even be made on your phone by connecting it to a banking app. In the UK, the money or currency is called the pound sterling. Our highest value of note is the £50 note. You might notice that we have the Queen's head on coins and notes in the UK, but in fact, the Queen can be found on 35 other currencies around the world, a record for any king or queen. Most money is stored in banks, but the majority of the money in the world, 96% of it, is actually held electronically on banking systems. If you want to take money out of your account, you can either go into a bank or you can use a cash machine, which is where you put your debit or credit card in to withdraw, take out money. How many of you have heard of interest before? What is interest? Well, if you keep your money in a bank account, then the bank will actually pay you for keeping it with them. This is called interest. This is usually a percentage paid on how much money you have in your account. So, for example, if you had £100 in your account and the interest was 0.5%, you would get 50p for every £100 you kept with them. So your £100 would be valued as £100 and 50 pence. However, if you borrow money from the bank will charge you interest. So for example, if you borrowed £100 with a 5% interest, you would need to pay the bank back £105. Another banking term that you might have come across is the word overdraft. Have you ever heard of it? This is a service that many banks offer, and this means you have spent more money than is in your account. This is called being overdrawn. So if you had £10 in your account, but you spent £15, your account would be minus £5 overdrawn. Now, there are two different types of overdraft. You can have an arranged overdraft, which is where a limit is arranged between yourself and the bank. And this is usually interest-free, meaning you won't get charged for being overdrawn. But there's also an unarranged overdraft. This means that an agreement hasn't been made with the bank about becoming overdrawn, and you'll usually be charged interest rates for using this. So where does money come from? No, sadly, money doesn't grow on trees. Notes and coins are made in a building called the Royal Mint, but most money is held electronically, stored on those banking computer systems. Now, we've got some top tips here at UK Virtual School to help you organise your finances. Keeping on top of your finances is an important skill to develop. financial worries can become a burden. So understanding what to do while you're younger can really help you out in the long run. Here are some top tips for keeping yourself organized. Number 1, think about how much money you spend each month. Have a haircut, have a phone bill, those subscriptions. Create a budget and use this. Work out how much money you have to spend each month and factor those bills in. Number 2, have a safe place to keep all of your important financial documents. There is nothing worse than not being able to find something when you need it. By getting all of your important documents safe and in one place will mean you can find them easily when you need them. You could store your bank statements, letters, bills, or receipts in a folder or a box. Now, if you have a regular bill that needs paying, for example, a phone bill, you can set up something called a direct debit. This means money will go out on the same day every month from your account and pay the bill. And this means you don't miss any bills which needs paying, which you could get charged for if you do miss those payments. So this is a great way of keeping on top of your finances. Another way is to keep checking your spending. Review your bank statements regularly, and then you know how much money you're spending each month. Some banks have mobile banking apps, which are fantastic ways of keeping on top of your finances. It means you can check your statements and balance at any time. Now, spending cash, believe it or not, is a really great way of keeping on top of your finances. If you set an amount of money you want to spend for the month, withdraw it and spend it as cash. And this means you can see exactly how much money you have spent and how much money is left. And some banks offer saving options. This means you can set aside money into separate spaces on a banking app. And this is great if you're wanting to save up for something, as it means money is set aside and you can't accidentally spend it. So how do you get money? Well, most people earn money through working. They'll be paid for the work or the services they provide. And this is called an income. Have you ever earned money from helping around the house, doing those odd jobs? That is an income. And once you've earned that money, then you can spend it on the things you want or need, using those coins, notes, cards, or even phone to pay for them. Now, in the UK, we have something called a minimum wage. This is the minimum amount employers are allowed to pay. And there are different minimum wages depending on your age. So what do you think the minimum wage for someone under 18 is? Have a little think. What's your guess? So what's the minimum wage? Well, the under 18s, it's £4.81 an hour. Now, when you get to over 23, you're eligible for something called the National Living Wage, and your wage will go up to £9.50 an hour. And what about bills? Well, bills are a part of life. What bills do you think need to be paid if you lived on your own? Have a think and jot down some ideas of your own. Now, have a think. Which of those are essential and those that must be paid? What about those non-essential ones? Now, there are many different types of bank accounts, and the majority of people's money is stored in bank accounts. But did you know that the two main types are current accounts and saving accounts? A current account is a type of account that's used for that day-to-day spending. Your bank will send you a debit card for you to use on purchases, and this could be anything from food shopping to paying your bills. When you're paid from your job, it will usually be paid into your current account. Savings accounts, on the other hand, are slightly different. And there's lots of different types of saving accounts out there as well. These accounts are used to save money for not just expensive purchases, but also for putting money aside for those emergencies in case you need money for something. And these accounts can earn interest. Some accounts are instant access, which means you can withdraw and take your money out whenever you please. However, some, such as individual savings accounts or ISAs, require you to let your bank know when you want to withdraw your money. And this can be anywhere from 30 to 180 days. And you might be charged for doing so. Now, not all savings accounts are the same, and it really is worth shopping around to see which bank will give you the best interest rate on your finances. Now, there are many accounts out there for young people, and it really is worth having a look and seeing what is out there. Now, there are a few different rules surrounding young people's banks accounts. In order to open an account, you're going to need the permission of your parent or carer. And you still receive monthly statements and access to online banking apps to keep track of your finances. But for young people, some of the differences are you won't get a credit or overdraft facility, which is great because it means you can't get in debt. You can't borrow money if you're under 18. You actually receive higher interest rates, making more money on what you save. Interest rates on children's and young people's savings accounts are much higher than they are for when you're over 18. So it really is worth looking at savings accounts now. You can open any accounts from as little as £1. You will have a daily withdrawal limit. And if you want a debit card, some accounts will require parental permission. But some also offer a prepaid cash card, which can be topped up, but can't be used for things like online payments. And some banks even offer incentives for joining, such as cashback. Okay, guys, there's a worksheet for you to take a look at following this tutorial. Have a look at some of the savings accounts that are out there for young people. Have a look closely at what the banks are offering. Interest rates, do they offer any cashbacks or incentives there? Take a look at them, have a little bit of a compare of them, and complete the other tasks on your sheet as well. I hope this has been a useful tutorial for you guys today. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.